All right. A very common exercise in the gym again. In most gyms, so you're gonna go. That's okay. Shoulder width stance. The key thing I just want to point out here, Alex, I'm sure you'll agree with me on this, is that you don't want to lock your knees out when you do this exercise.
Definitely.
There's a lot of different ways to place your feet. Today we're just going to go shoulder width stance, but the key thing is you have the same space between your feet, same space between your knees. That's just the main thing to do. So when your knees bend down, they're not going to bend in or out. Thanks, Heather. But you don't want that. You just want them to be stable because they're meant to bend straight up and down like your fingers, okay? They're not meant to rotate when they bend. That's just the key thing. Okay, you can go ahead. Again, we're gonna give you a standard weight. Give me 20. Good. So notice, John, you get a close-up of her knees as she has it bending down. They just bend straight down, right? You agree?
I do agree.
All right. Do you like this exercise?
I love this exercise.
It's a great exercise. It's safer than squats. We're not gonna do any squats today.
Yes, definitely safer than squats.
I find that squatting takes too much flexibility to be performed right. I recommend to some of my clients I can do it right, but I'm not a big fan of squats in that sense because most people are not flexible enough to do it properly. Here, you have great lower back support. Okay? Give me 10 more. Alright. You know, sometimes you're gonna get to your 20th rep. If you want to do another 10, go ahead. Man, it's your body. It's your body. You want to make it look better, it's fine. And that's what you guys should do out there. If you get to the 15th or the 12th rep, and that's what your set should be like, but you can do another 10. You can go for another 10. You feel good, go for it. You know, take advantage of that set. You're gonna go ahead. We're gonna show them a different version with you, where you're gonna go toes out.
Okay.
It's kind of popular among women. Let me just lower this.
That's shorter legs.
Yes, but you're making the most out of your body. That's the bottom line. Okay? Angle, about a 45-degree angle, just pressing with her heels. Now since, John, if you get her close up, also Heather, what do you think? Where she has this gap between her feet, she's got to keep that between her knees also. So if her knees were to go in, they're actually being slightly rotated.
Yes,
You don't want
very
that.
uncomfortable that way.
You don't want that. So go ahead.
What's the difference with having your feet out? Is that
When you have your
more-
feet out now, can you go any lower than that, let's say? Any lower? The lower you go, the more range of motion you get, the fuller of the muscle belly you're working from insertion to insertion or end to end. The difference between having your feet out is that now it's allowing your hips to open up this way and work your inner legs. Okay? Now again, her target would be to go as low as possible to the peg to really work her inner legs. But if you can't, that's fine. You know? It really depends on your flexibility. Don't force your body to go where it can't go in terms of movement. Alright? Again, this is common sense. You can feel this exercise. You
This is
should
a
see her
great
face. This
exercise,
is good.
yeah.
I like to see her get a little workout in there.
Definitely exercising.
It's your first time in the show. We're just breaking you in. Okay? Let's do about 2 more. We need you conscious for the workout, another episode. Okay, good. Now I'm actually going to get in here and do again one leg at a time. Okay?
Show off.
Now one leg at a time, I'm going to place my feet normally where you would place your feet. But I'll just take one leg off and put it down there. That's all. Okay?
And a spot on something like this.
Exactly. Good question. Now again, when my knee bends down, it bends straight down and straight up, aligned with my foot, so it's not rotating. Allowing yourself to go one leg at a time makes you work on your weaker leg. And also, if you guys get a chance to do this, you'll feel that it works you all around. Okay? Now somebody's really stiff and they have a very stiff lower back, they're not going to be able to go all the way down with both legs as they would with one leg. I find that to be true and not aggravate their lower back when they go one leg at a time only. Okay? So that's the advantage of one leg at a time. The only disadvantage is if you have a bad knee or a bad set of knees, I wouldn't recommend this because you really need your knee muscles and tendons to stabilize the movement to go straight down and straight up. Otherwise, it's just going to be wobbling like this. So if you have a bad set of knees, don't do one leg at a time.
Are you locking your leg when you bring it?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But thanks for
You
asking.
have so many muscles, I can't tell if your legs bent or
Oh,
straight.
God, I'm going to have to, you know.
Are you pushing through your whole foot or are you basically pushing up through your heel?
Well, that's a great question. You know what? Most of us have the tendency to press only with our toes. Only. It's easier for us to press with our toes. Easier for us to walk or run with our toes. So I recommend to most people to concentrate on pressing with their heels, because the toe part will happen automatically or naturally. Okay? I really feel this too.
It's a great exercise.
You just better spot me.
I don't think I felt the same.
Okay. I really did feel that. Thanks for the spot. And now we've done legs. The next thing we have in the agenda is back. There's two things we're going to do with back today. The lady